Hello students. We all know how powerful the European nations are. But do you know how Europe became the first superpower? Let's unravel this exciting mystery with the chapter, The Rise of Nationalism in Europe. We will learn about the French Revolution and the idea of the nation. Let's begin it with Frédéric Soyu's vision of world. Frédéric Soyu, a French artist, in 1848 prepared a series of 4 prints visualizing his dream of a world made up of democratic and social republics. The first print shows the people of Europe and America marching in a long train and offering homage to the Statue of Liberty as they pass it. The torch of enlightenment was carried by a female figure in one hand and the Charter of the Rights of Man in the other. On the earth in the foreground lie the shattered remains of the symbols of absolutist institutions. Here absolutist means, literally, a government or system of rule that has no restraints on the power exercised. In history, the term refers to a form of monarchical government that was centralized, militarized and repressive. In Soyu's utopian vision, the people of the world are grouped as distinct nations, identified through their flags and national costume. Here utopian means a vision of a society that is so ideal that it is unlikely to actually exist. From the heavens above, Christ, saints and angels gaze upon the scene. They have been used by the artist to symbolize fraternity among the nations of the world. Let's now come to the French Revolution and the idea of the nation. In 1789, nationalism came with the emergence of the nation-state in place of the multinational dynastic empires of Europe. French Revolution and the political and constitutional changes led to the transfer of sovereignty from the monarchy to a body of French citizens. Various measures and practices were introduced, such as the ideas of la patrie, the fatherland, and le citoyen, the citizen. A new French flag, the tricolor, was chosen to replace the former one. The Estates General was elected by the body of active citizens and renamed the National Assembly. New hymns were composed, oaths taken, and martyrs commemorated, all in the name of the nation. A centralized administrative system was put in place, and it formulated uniform laws for all citizens within its territory. Internal customs duties and dues were abolished, and a uniform system of weights and measures was adopted. Regional dialects were discouraged, and French, as it was spoken and written in Paris, became the common language of the nation. The revolutionaries further declared that it was the mission and the destiny of the French nation to liberate the people of Europe from despotism. In other words, to help other peoples of Europe to become nations. Within the wide swathe of territory that came under his control, Napoleon set about introducing many of the reforms that he had already introduced in France. Through a return to monarchy, Napoleon had no doubt destroyed democracy in France. But in the administrative field, he had incorporated revolutionary principles in order to make the whole system more rational and efficient. The Civil Code of 1804, usually known as the Napoleonic Code, did away with all privileges based on birth, established equality before the law, and secured the right to property. This code was exported to the regions under French control. In the Dutch Republic, in Switzerland, in Italy and Germany, Napoleon simplified administrative divisions, abolished the feudal system, and freed peasants from serfdom and manorial dues. In the towns too, guild restrictions were removed. Transport and communication systems were improved. However, in the areas conquered, the reactions of the local populations to French rule were mixed. Initially, in many places such as Holland and Switzerland, as well as in certain cities like Brussels, Mainz, Milan, and Warsaw, the French armies were welcomed as harbingers of liberty. Initial enthusiasm soon turned to hostility, as it became clear that the new administrative arrangements did not go hand in hand with political freedom. Increased taxation, censorship, forced conscription into the French armies required to conquer the rest of Europe, all seemed to outweigh the advantages of the administrative changes. So, that's all for today. In the next video, we will study the making of nationalism in Europe. Till then, you can revise from the docs related to the same topic, given in EduRev app, and attempt tests as well, which will help in your upcoming exams.